Are you struggling to control your recoil in Apex Legends? If so, this video is going to be for you. And by the end of this video, you are going to be an absolute master at controlling your recoil. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the training tutorial. So what we want to do is get into the firing range. And you want to take the R99 with a 1x optic and the extended light mag, just a grey one. And the same thing with the R301, maybe actually with the 2x. And don't take an extended mag. The reason why we do this is because we just want to learn the base core recoil pattern for these two guns. They're very simple, hence why I'm choosing them, but you can go ahead and choose any gun that you feel comfortable with and apply the same logic that I'm going to show you. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is just come into the middle of this sort of like these two bunkers and just take maybe the left hand side. With the R99, just aim in the middle and without controlling any of the ADS recoil, just shoot. Let the recoil pattern come out. Okay? Now the reason why we do this is because we just want to see what that pattern is inside of the sand. You know, if I take the 2x, you can see that pattern quite clearly there. So you want to come over to this rock on the left here, just climb this. Okay, so look at the recoil pattern and just draw a line halfway. This is now going to show us what the R99 pattern is like in two separate halves. So as you can see, that with the R99, it is essentially just a straight line with some variations to the left and right. So if I just switch over to the R301 quickly with the 2x, you can see the pattern of that R99 spread is basically a straight line with some variations left and right. So step number 2, once we've separated this into two halves, is just empty your mag out and count how long it takes you to empty that mag out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 beats that I put in. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So that tells me is that the first half, so 1.5 beats, so 1.5, is basically me just pulling down. And then for the next half, actually where that shadow line is, is the 2-second mark. And for 3, I've got to pull my recoil maybe a little bit to the left, but not so much down because it's a bit more clustered there. So you're breaking down the recoil pattern into the beats so you can pinpoint exactly what's going on at what stage. It may seem really overwhelming at the beginning, may look really complicated, but this is how we learn the recoil patterns really accurately. Okay, so let's just go back to it. 1, 2, 3. 1.5, 2, 3. 1, 2. This is where 2 is. 3. So let's try and memorize that. We pull down essentially for 2 seconds, and for the third, we just pull a little bit to the left. Let's try it out. Let's just try it over here, for example. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I held the recoil quite well. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Let's try it here. Let's try it in the sand. It's right over here, where it's just nice and empty. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And that's all it took. That even though I play this game often, I do this technique just to visually learn it, and it helps me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's do the same thing with the R301. All right, so we're going to get back into our same spot. Probably take the middle area here, and let's just shoot. Probably about here. Okay, so as you can see, the recoil pattern is essentially a straight line up, and then it goes to the right, and it forms this sort of question mark sort of shape. Everybody knows this shape with the R301. So let's dissect this again. All right, it's not too much of a big spread, so let's draw a line. Great. Now, let's empty the mag out and get that timing right. Okay, it's a little bit longer than the R99. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's 1.5. So 1, 1, 2. 2 is here. 2 is literally where it starts going to the right. So on 2 seconds, we got to pull to the left. And then between 2 and 3, we have to pull to the right. So pull down for 2 seconds. 1, 2. And between 2 and 3, it's left and right. 2, 3. 2, 3. So you can do 1, 2, 2, 3. So let's try that. Let's put it into practice. Let's just shoot over here in the empty spot just to get familiar with it. 1, 2, 3. Let's try again. Oh, we got some recoil patterns over here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I didn't really do that well. I held the recoil quite... Okay, that's not too bad. I did hold the recoil quite well on the pull down, but moving left and right, you can see the spread there. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of consistent, okay, but you can see it does work. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's see if that's any better. Okay, that's not too bad. Look, that's what I'm saying. Just dissect it so you can visually see it. Now, the last one that we're going to be looking at is the flatline. And the reason why I like to choose a flatline for these sort of videos is because the pattern is so weird and it's a really good one to just demonstrate it. So let's go and take the flatline. Let's take the 2X. And we won't take a mag. We just want to find out what the pattern is like on its own. All right. So let's have a look see. So again, standing in our same spot, we're just going to shoot maybe around about here. Let's do the middle. Let's do it here. As you can see, that pattern is weird. It's a weird pattern. Just to show you what it looks like a bit more accurately, it doesn't look great. But don't worry, it's not too difficult to learn. So if we get up on top of our rock again, and let's just draw a straight line. So this is the first bullet. Let's just draw a straight line about here. Okay. Now let's just get familiar with how long this takes. Ready? Break into 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I didn't time that well. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. A little bit longer. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. So let's break it down. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. So we've got 1.5 is here. 1.5, 2. 2 is where some stuff starts moving around. Now, looking at the pattern over here, as a quick reference, this is 1, 2. It's quite very similar to the R301, you know, where we start getting that sort of question mark shape, but it's more so pulling diagonal to the left as opposed to straight down as the R301 does. So we go 1, 2, diagonal to the right to counter this. So we do the opposite. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And for the 3, so 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. So let's try and learn it that way. Let's just shoot in the air, get familiar with it again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try it. Let's try and counter it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.5, 3. Let's try. Let's have a look on this wall again. This was quite cool, wasn't it? 1, 2.5, 3. And look at that. You controlled your recoil. 1, 2.5, 3. And there's consistency. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see that? You know, now you can look at anything in the target range and just start shooting it. 1, 2, 3. I wasn't even focusing there. And I know what it's like when you're in the middle of the game. Sometimes you're not going to be looking at your recoil patterns, but that's one thing you've got to train yourself when you're attacking and trying to shoot somebody when they're moving around, is control that recoil pattern. Even if it's just half of it, the 1, 2. At least that way you're going to be hitting at least 2/3 of your shots with controlled recoil. 1, 2. You know? 1, 2, 3. That was pretty rubbish. 1, 2, 3. And there we go, guys. Just by practicing that, you are going to be an absolute master in the firing range. please go and try this out. It does work. And if you've got any suggestions about the sort of things that you do to warm up with your recoil or to learn the patterns, please feel free to either leave a comment in the comment section below or just let me know. You can come onto my Twitch and come and ask me questions about this in the live chat. My details are all below. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more of these sort of videos in the future as well. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, and I appreciate it. Have an amazing rest of your day.